Welcome back to Legend of Mana. So, for our next side quest, which is going to start another small story arc, we're going to have to place another artifact, which reveal one of the other most painful dungeons in the entire game.
Yeah.
Is it tied to a storyline you like at least? Or is this just going to be
yes.
side quest?
Essentially, this storyline we're about to see is going to be about two servants, which we'll see later on in Geo Academy, having to do some errands because we need to pay their debts, essentially.
So, bit of a question.
One of them is going to be
boy.
voiced by Pedro, the other from of Dweebs.
Yeah.
So, by placing the Lion Medallion on the map,
Create
That's
it's
a bit of a
proud
different animation.
marijuana.
a jungle.
Of course, King of the Jungle. You know what's
It's
weird?
just called Jungle.
You know what's weird?
Great. We're growing heroin.
Jova.
You know what's weird, Zekel? That animation effect seems different from most of the times when you create a new world with an artifact. Is there any reason for that?
No, it's just this. All right, we start immediately. For context, Pedro, you'll be Skippy. Dweebs will be Hobbs, the caveman.
Skip Woods is in this one. Oh,
Yes.
All right, there we go. Please, listen up.
Wishing
Aw,
up.
it's a cute little dog.
This is your lucky day.
Lucky
Actually,
day.
it's a bee. If you go catch a
bee?
Ducate and bring its tail back, and what will happen?
Also,
I wouldn't have told you that was a bee.
There you go, Dweebs, that's you.
I don't know.
Get it, is the idiot one.
Jeez. You just don't get it, do ya?
What's up with these two ladies?
So what happens?
He'll cancel all our debt for us.
So, Tia, what's up with the two chicks here?
Ain't that right, Mr. Fuddy
They're
Duddy?
both males.
Fuddy
what?
Duddy.
Also, I think
I'm not Mr. Fuddy Duddy. Please address me as solidly.
also I think Dweebs' voice would be more fitting for that Pipsqueak voice he usually does. That would be more fitting for this character.
Honestly, I like the different change of pace.
Essentially, what it means is we need to catch a
It
rare
gets
bee.
reduced by just like 20,000.
Yeah.
How come we owe you so much money?
Dweebs, come on.
We're just house cleaners.
We're
in your
just
boss-
house cleaners at your boss's mansion.
I'm so stupid.
I didn't see the dialogue change.
Essentially, scratch and grounder. That's pretty much it. I did not cheat you. You
I
must
did
pay
not.
for
He made-
all things
he made-
before.
He made me persistent. He made you too dumb to quit. Toil, says the proverb, is the sire of fame.
Whatever the hell that means.
What that mean?
You catch 500 ducats and your debt's cancelled. Ha 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 ha!
Well, yeah, that's logic, I guess.
Hey, that's easy.
Seriously, those two look
No, 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 no,
rather
no, no.
feminine. Are you
My
sure
name
those
is
are
not Mr. Fuddy Duddy.
And
And there you go, that's the start of the quest. Essentially, again, we need to catch supposed this beast. Here's the problem. Yeah, he's just saying again what we know. Here's the problem. The jungle is another one of those dungeons that is amazed by its own nature and it's a pain to get through it.
Maybe we have a helpful guide to help us.
We can... Oh, there you go, that's your first clue. You're supposed to immediately go back because Soverby is actually pointing anything.
Oh,
The problem is go-
cranberries.
Yeah, Jova, the place is infested by fairies, so if you... Oh, important. Oh, it's a leafy. Just want to fetch 1,000 look.
100,000.
100,000, yeah.
Okay, what is this?
I will hold you answer.
What is this bee's obsession with poaching?
Actually, there you go. It's gonna be more apparent later, but what you're supposed to do now, you're supposed to catch me, and you're supposed to let the Lily P go. But here's the thing, Jova. Soverby is the servant at a mansion in Geo, as you will see more later on in the game. And for now, he's just escorting the other two idiots in order to catch these beasts, in order to soften their debts, essentially. And so a couple of the other quests will involve also this kind of animation. And yeah, skipping because navigating through it's a maze and you need to use the Lily P as a guide, but sometimes it just disappear and you need to guess where to go.
So that's why you're supposed to let the Lily
Then
go.
Jova, you need to actually ask one of the actual good guys of the forest to actually cast a spell in order to make you immune to the fairies and then go in another direction. It's
By
very
good guys,
cute.
do you mean
So by
the?
ignoring the problem, fantastic.
So
Yeah.
by good guys, you probably mean the gruesome twosome here.
No, actually, there are some.
Hey,
Hold
Gina.
on, I'll tell you later.
Guess you didn't find nothing yet, huh?
It's not a cat, but there's a big animal back there.
There's your another hint, essentially, to where to go.
Hey, maybe we can get some more dough for that one.
It's gonna be money.
Duh.
Forgot. What are these
Jesus.
two's names?
That's not the right way.
Um,
Listen to me for once.
The skinny one is called Skippy. The caveman is called Dolls, I think.
Let's just say this particular character dynamic of the fat stupid guy and the thin smarter one was done better with Rook and
any kind of others.
Rook and
comedy at
Bishop
all.
in Azran
Yeah.
Legacy. Anyway,
But yeah,
instead check out the room I was in. Blah blah.
There you go. Essentially, now you can use essentially by going there. That's one of the sages that Bud needs to visit. So keep that in mind also for later on. But for now, this sage is called Rosiotti. Don't ask why it's called like that. He's actually gonna tell you that the Ducate is causing problems. So since he's the king of the forest, he's allowing us actually to kill it because he's just gonna spare him trouble. And these penguins are his servants, which will essentially work with you in that regard. They cast you spells to make you immune to the fairies in order to not have you lost, essentially.
There sure
Yes,
is a
Joe?
lot going on in this jungle.
Yeah, but thankfully we don't have to come here for a lot of quests. It's like 2 after this, and that's it.
Also, that stone is totally gonna be useful for a later quest.
Actually,
or
no, it's
some
a
point in
save
this
point,
quest.
Jova. It's in the shape.
Yeah.
It's a save point in the shape of one of the characters of Secret of Mana. It's just an Easter egg.
In a snip.
Yeah, cue the spell from the storybook Sonic games.
Okay, who wrote Walt's dialogue in this game?
It's Gaelis, yeah.
You.
But yeah, essentially
Yeah.
the key word here is that you're in control later on Skippy and Hobbsy, and there you just need to give him the direction to go the same way. So essentially we're gonna cooperate and corner the Ducate in a specific room.
Also, Dwibs, come on, you're British. You should be able to tell from Welsh.
Well, I've been watching Torchwood recent, so
And it's a recall. It's a
Guessing
recaller
that's
of the
what
beast.
we're after.
Yeah, it's a recaller of the beast that we fought in the cave with Pearl, but it has a completely different moveset.
The beast that we're hunting is wearing sneakers.
Also, I completely faced the wrong direction. Fantastic.
he's wearing them soap shoes.
Also, here's another thing. As I
They look
mentioned,
very out of
there's the whole game progression going on. So by placing the jungle here now, essentially now both the normal enemy and the boss accordingly has a bigger health bars in that regard. So if you want to place if you want to speedrun through the game, you need to play specific areas in a specific order just to get through accordingly. In order to have a low level run. Come on, Darkstar, you're the only one who can help me now.
We're relying on the pet.
Yes.
Yeah, again, as long as he's staying alive and my bar
There we go.
Well, some
heals,
people
there
do
you go.
rely on their pet.
Yes,
True.
like the boy with Trico. Unfortunately, we don't have a pet just as awesome in this game, so we're gonna have to ride on the right bike.
Okay, seriously,
It's
I know
adorable.
I know you're referring to the Trico from
Last Guardian.
Last one.
from Last Guardian, but as a Pokemon fan, it makes me wonder.
Yeah, that's right, because Trico is the plant Pokemon from Gen 3.
It's the grass type from Gen 3, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's written in a
Well, but
different name.
Yeah,
as well.
Trico from Pokemon is with 2 E's, whereas Trico from Last
And
Guardian is
a
with
K.
an I.
That's
At-
what we call
at-
purple similar word, children.
AKA the smallest character Dan Green's ever voiced.
Wait, the
Oh,
voice
Dan Green voiced Trico?
in
I
the
think he,
anime.
I believe he did.
Interesting. After he
Wait a
voiced
minute, with
Mewtwo.
Pokemon, don't they just keep the original Japanese voices for...
They're very selective.
always.
In some cases they keep the Japanese voices, in others they dub them over.
It depends.
Yeah, I actually wonder who actually decided to voice the Pikachu for that infamous line in recent OVA.
yeah,
It's they got a dub actress, but for
Which
that part, I don't know.
OVA?
I've forgotten who it
The
was.
one with Ho-Ho where Pikachu goes like it's no Pika-use.
No Pika years.
Yes.
You know where Ash has
Wait a minute.
Ash has a
What
fever. It's the one where Ash has a fever dream and thinks
Yeah.
Pikachu's talking to him.
And just to let you know, Stroy, we're not talking about the actual movie I Choose You. We're talking about
There you go.
OVA
The boss
where-
is dragged away by his skin for some reason.
Well, crud. How are we going to harvest him for the parts that we need to pay up for?
Thankfully, it's not Monster Hunter, Jova.
I mean, to be honest, that moment was just harmless. It's pretty obvious it was just a fever dream anyway.
There we go.
As for the whole selection,
Now, the
Dwibs,
movie, though, oh boy.
as for the whole selection, Dwibs, isn't it dependent on whether or not the names of the Pokemon are different in Japanese?
It's
Yeah.
that, and there's also times where if they have to if they dub a line over a certain like a sound effect or something, they have to do something else to make up for it.
Okay, what the heck
Dubbing's
is...
complicated.
Okay, what the heck is Skippy? I mean, he looks like a cross between a rabbit, a mouse, a cat, and an actual human.
Maybe
It's,
that's what the real Skip Woods is like. He's so alien anyway. It'll make sense.
it's an obvious throwback to Looney Tunes, so it's a mixture of Wile E. Coyote and Bugs Bunny.
We couldn't decide which race to make, so we just made all of them.
Of
So
course.
thank you for helping us out. Here is 500 Wooper.
That
thinking-
is
I
a
keep
high
thinking-
disgrace.
Okay, I keep
So,
thinking.
in a gesture of good charity, let's give it to them. Because
I
I
keep
don't
thinking-
need them.
I keep thinking it says 500 whole.
Oh, generous, Hansel and Skippy, for this person example.
Brilliant. I can write the first. I can write.
I like people like you. That's why I gotta kill you last. Please, take this.
Hey, that's not nice.
And we get an artifact, the Sand Rose. He's gonna use for a desert, obviously. Oh, Edmund, let's head home.
Yes.
Ta-wa-wa.
Wait, Lex? Wait. That implies that someone's going with him.
Yeah, those two.
Oh, they live in the same area?
I could use
Yeah.
a swordfish.
I
We're
mentioned
moving
it
up
was
in the
men-
world.
It was mentioned before, Jova. There are two servants in Geo, and once we actually get to the town, we actually see where they are. So essentially, again, this whole quest was for them to repay part of their debt that they had in regards to their masters.
Because they did a terrible job house cleaning.
Yeah, they broke a lot of things.
Why would you get a job in house cleaning if that's your bit?
This world doesn't reason with that kind of logic, mister.
Of course.
Yeah.
Alright, so now let's report anything. Yeah, we're gonna do after this another quest involving the jungle just to get it out of the way because fuck.
Now,
it's gonna,
a question
and
I-
it's gonna be an important one because it's gonna be tied to the fairy story arc.
Yeah, here's a question I have. Okay. You know from having played this game before, but say this is your first playthrough, how would you know how to proceed and like how would you know exactly what's tied to each main storyline?
Trial
Like,
and
well,
error
for
and
all you know, there-
experimentation, Joe. I already said that plenty of times.
Ow.
Oh well.
I mean, you know, it's a shame because I really do like the way and the lay of the land with this game. It's just, I'll admit, trial and error for progression in an RPG is hit and miss.
Oh, the
Alright,
plus
so
side,
what,
Joe, that the game is... Go ahead, Liz.
Today my master's on big three-legged monkey and a really big red animal with a really big attitude. Why can't they be like me?
Yeah.
Because you're a cactus.
No one wants to be the.
Oh.
But seriously,
one
if
could
you're
be
a
a cat.
cactus, nobody can hug you without getting brutally injured.
That's like Slugma in the Pokemon games. In the Pokemon Ami thing, you cannot even touch him.
Oh. But yet still, his hugs are nowhere near as deadly as the Beware.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ugh. Like, seriously.
Farewell.
Seriously,
Anyway,
their hugs can literally kill people.
Yes. Also, Jova, now we're going back to the jungle, and we're going to proceed through the fairy story arc, which is one of the major ones, and we're going to get introduced to another character you're going to voice,
Goody.
which is tied to the cat girl and the eel person thereafter.
The fairy one was your least favorite one, right?
Yes. And you're going to see in a bit even from this particular side quest, I think. I think what you need to do is actually to get in a specific place of the jungle. Yeah, using also the teleport thing from the
All it
Power
costs
Ninja.
is your love. Dude, Undertale won't be made for a few years now.
They
Trust me.
predicted it.
And trust me,
sounds like
you really don't want my love.
It sounds like a cheesy love song lyric.
You see, Dwibs, love is actually level of violence.
Yes.
I get it, game. Attacking people is bad.
You should
Oh.
feel bad.
Oh, have you tried doing the genocide route,
I
Dwibs?
watched Johnny's review.
Also,
Also, yeah, the jungle is some of the most annoying enemies because they can stun lock you. That
you
that
know,
be like
will
if
not do.
It'd be like if a late in game insulted you for solving puzzles. Like, seriously, you get
You're
Uh,
a greedy
all these
son
puzzles. But you
Dwibs,
have
let's
anything
not
else to
forget-
do with your time?
Dude, let's not forget how. Let's not forget what Nier Automata makes us feel every time we kill an android, a robot.
well, to be fair, when it comes to Nier though, that's more of an in-story reason. Undertale goes beyond that step and actually reaches through the fourth wall, grabs you by the neck of your shirt, and yells in your face, "You're a terrible person."
sure it's like that.
It's
Other
not
recent
that
games.
bad, actually.
Oh,
Not
so it's
the-
like that recent game, Jova, the one that starts with a D.
Uh-huh.
Doki
Wait,
Doki Literature Club.
So it's
Really?
so if I understand.
No, the other one that starts with a D.
So if I understood-
Very funny.
So if I understood that correctly, it's basically a more properly thought out thing than what V3 was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it still has its flaws, but yeah, it's a lot better than what V3 was trying to do. In fact, when you think about it, it's almost like V3 ripped off of Undertale, only just decided to crank it up to
It's
11.
essentially a thing, Jova. After a while, writers for games have noticed that the meta aspect of writing a plot was catching on with people, so they decided to rank on that. Even Little King Story actually
Whereas-
goes through that in the ending.
See, whereas Undertale was actually clever about it for the most part, except for the downright genocide stuff and pretty much dooming your
I
save
have
file.
opinions, but yeah, I'll leave those for later.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, Undertale was for the most part clever. The only real stupid thing was how ham-fisted it got when it came to actually, killing mooks like you normally would in an RPG, and not actually considering maybe there's a reason why you're doing that. Whereas with,
like they're in
Thank
my
you.
way or they're firing back at me.
yeah.
Humans must leave, and us not their hug.
So, in
Don't
case you haven't
somebody!
In case you haven't noticed, for that quest, we needed to do a very convoluted way of getting getting a protection spell from one of the penguins, then getting transported by the fairies, and now we need to go to another place.
So we had to rely on mooks transporting us to the right area.
Yeah, at least there's less backtracking. There you go. Basically, these will move both penguins to Rosiotti, and then we can move to where the quest actually starts.
Do you want to kind of, get me a spell cast on you?
You haven't seen anything.
Can you do
So-
me a favor?
Anyway, Shura, you were saying?
No, it's fine.
Yay! Okay, here's the evilly fine spell. The fairies in this forest have actually been acting really weird. Could you try finding out why they're like that?
Oh, so they're normally not.
Okay, I will.
Oh.
Really? Thanks.
I haven't seen anything. There you go, Joe. That's your cue. That's part of one of the main story
Murmuring
arcs.
Forest. Wait. What's different about this, than the
The
main
logo.
side? Oh, a logo.
When the main story arc quest appear, after a while we have story. They have a logo on the
This
title.
piece of trash does not have any elemental powers. We need one with stronger powers to become our queen. What should we do with this one then? Bring the priestess of Gato's temple.
And now we're gonna get the introduction to your character, Jova, in
The
a second.
priestess looks like a million-year-old hag. Is she the one? No, Lord Erwin says the priestess is 26.
That's incongruent.
Maybe it's a disguise.
That's incredibly inconsistent.
Has not our Lord mistaken her age? That is too young. Our last queen was 28,732 years old.
Jeez.
They just make up these numbers.
The new queen is a human. They only live for about 500 years.
Oh, okay.
No,
Oh,
buddy.
Tio.
Yeah, we wish.
Okay. Tio, are we in Hyrule? Because, there it makes sense because humans actually do live for long periods of
Yeah.
time.
No, but the fairies are just getting confused on urban legends.
Why has our Lord chosen a human to be our queen?
And there you go, Jova, it's you.
What are you doing to her, fairies?
This is Eskad.
Oh god, that's an awesome sword.
Eskad is a racist.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Are you alright?
Oh, great.
Let me guess, this arc is gonna be about him learning to trust different species.
I wish.
You, take her to Rosati. Rosati should be over to the east of here. He will be able to help her. He is one of the wisdoms.
Essentially,
Isn't he one of the wise one.
this guy is one of the priestess
We
bodyguards.
nuns walk on our own 2 feet. We do not rely on so-called wisdoms.
Wisdoms?
Okay, thanks.
Oh, wisdom.
Okay. You were just attacked by fairies. Guess you don't want to talk about that?
Bye then.
Fairies.
So
When did
don't
they
go.
become Erwin's henchmen?
As you
Don't-
haven't noticed, Irwin is gonna be the main villain of his arc.
There's all good to them. There's all good to them bloody fairies came over.
We must not we must not start any wars between humans and fairies. Avoid any battles if you can.
They're
I
coming
did
over.
nothing.
Coming
I
over.
just came here.
Bloody
But
fairies
you're the
coming
one who
over. And
kind of sliced and diced them, aren't you? The
Okay.
problem?
he's thinking to himself, bloody fairies coming over and taking our jobs.
Okay,
Yeah,
seriously,
so-
this
They
jungle.
took
You know,
our jobs.
silly me. I think a jungle would have, wildlife and animals, not stuff like fairies, spiders, giant cats, and okay.
Well,
Zombies.
typically fairies
Well-
are usually placed in forests, though, aren't they?
Jova,
I mean, so
Ferngully.
exactly a jungle, but
And
still.
zombies too.
Jova.
That was Ferngully.
Jova,
Yeah.
you're thinking too much.
What I'm saying is why not have stuff like lions and stuff? Why all this weird
Well,
stuff?
Rosiotti kinda is a lion-like figure. It's a mixture between a lion and a deer, figuring the two major figures of respective forest leaders.
So is this an alternate timeline where Noah's Ark got really, really, really blue balls to the
Jova,
point where
this is a
animals hooked
fantasy
up with
video
other
game. You should
animals?
leave the logic at the door.
No.
Yes.
You see, guys, this is an alternate timeline where the animals on Noah's Ark got so bored that they were willing to pork other species, and thus all of these were created. Which
So-
would actually explain why
so-
Skippy is part man, part cat, part mouse, part rat, part
Does that
rat.
involve also Russell
Jesus
Crowe
Christ.
being bored as fuck?
You mean Russell Crowe being basically part Russell
Well, they
and part
completely
Crowe?
ignored the Bible in this universe then.
Why bring up the Bible?
Because of
It's like I said,
Jova.
James, this is an alternate timeline where Noah's Ark didn't quite go as planned.
Well, what happened? Did everyone die?
No. Basically, James, the inhabitants of the
Interspecies
Ark.
relationships.
Exactly. You see, every species on the Ark got too bored to wait, so...
I'm more inclined to
They
believe
had to
that the
procreate.
Sonic the Hedgehog timeline started with that.
We procreated because we were bored.
Oh,
And
no,
there
no,
you
no,
go.
no.
For some reason, now you're completely finding out of nowhere this imp, but has no relation at all to the quest.
we just-
What's going on? Nah, whatever.
Fight
Just,
him.
just kill him because why the
How
fuck?
foolish you humans
It's just
are!
fun.
Okay, let's kill him.
So yeah, essentially that's because Jova, these quests have every single quest, almost every major quest needs to have a boss at the end of them. So my guess is that the writers didn't knew how to place a proper boss at the end of this quest and say, oh, let's just say that while getting out of the jungle, our hero runs into a random imp.
So this is what's for the end of the quest.
Yes, but at
And
least
this
for
is
this
part
one.
of the main storyline.
Let's
Yes.
kill it, because killing it makes us feel better about ourselves.
Okay.
Killing it gives us more power.
You know, the sad thing is that I'm actually having a blast voicing the fairies, but I can see why playing this game you'd probably be annoyed with their storyline.
Not just that, Jova. Well, yeah, aside from the fact that obviously the quests involved are not exactly spectacular. Although to be fair, the Dragon story arc has less quests in general. It's very short in comparison to this.
I'm guessing that's the middle ground one for you.
Yeah. Again, Jova, the fact that the Jumi story arc to me is so high regarded and this is so low regarded makes the Dragon story arc the perfect middle ground in general, yeah. But the thing is, don't worry, the dialogue is just stating that the fairies are evil and now they have a new lord and they want to get to the priestess of Gato for some reason. And for some reason, Roseotti fell asleep.
I keep thinking Rosati is.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Vibs?
I keep thinking Rosotti is actually Risotti, and I'm hungry. Okay.
Vibs, it's pronounced risotto at singular without.
No.
There's an I at the end.
No, it's an
No.
O.
Rosati is for the plural.
Jesus, Dweebs.
I'm not getting involved.
I'm hungry, damn it.
I
You're
understand.
You're barbarian. Your culture invades my clear superior taste in cuisine.
True. He's got a point, Dweebs. Your country kind of
Don't
ruined
try,
it.
don't,
Good
Dweebs,
food.
don't try to beat Teo's country and his cuisine. Leave that to my country, if you don't mind.
You see. Dweebs, this is why Italy has a high respect of America. We knew if you can't beat them, let them come in. And thus Boston was born. Well, Boston and
I thought that was
Chicago
New
and
York.
New York.
If I said what New York.
Not well specifically.
Three big cities,
New
basically.
York is more of a fact that it has a what's the
A
name?
hodgepodge.
Yeah, no, but yeah, well, not just that, Jova, like a section of the city. Boston is much more large as a whole in the sense of Italian communities.
And then we got good old Chicago, Illinois.
Man, come on.
Of course they do have some pretty good pizza.
All right, Leaves, let's read this. It's forgot.
Mixed business.
Murmuring Forest, I think.
Gorgonzola.
No, we already did it.
Today's adventure is in the jungle where lots of fairies live. The long-haired man was there again. Is it just me, or is there trouble brewing? I think I'm psychic.
No, you're a cactus.
I'm sorry. Have we met that guy before?
No, he said it wasn't the first time he was running around there.
But
So
how
is
does
there a
Cactus
partic-
Kid know? Wait. How does Cactus Kid know him?
Because the player told him. Remember, the cactus is riding.
No. What I'm saying is like, well, okay, if this is our first time meeting the guy, why did Cactus Kid write it as if we met with him again?
No, the Escad, when meeting him, told us he was patrolling the forest again.
You probably could have split it off at this point, too.
I guess it's just that I don't know. Yeah, I probably should have done. But on the plus side,
why do you
hold
continue
on.
to so? Okay.
Hold on, but on the plus side, this is the long. Aside from the ending, this is the only part that's longer like
sure.
this.
I'm just saying, like,
I guess I can see why.
you're right.
I guess I can see why. Okay. Not saying that it's the right thing, but I can see logically why, seeing as how he might have felt that the ending of the quest was a bit.
The problem is that the
empty.
length of the quests in the order I'm doing flip-flops constantly. Like you get quests that are very short, accompanied by quests that are very long or in between. There you go. Let's say you're another crew. Now Escad is adding to the temple, so that's where we need to go.
My guess is that basically to avoid, having a part that was too short or, having something that seemed a bit too out of place, he had this one be long enough. I can get it being necessary, because, it makes more sense to have a lengthy part filled with all of a side quest or, quest.
I don't know, Joe. I think
One
Pedro's
short
right.
part.
I should have
It
paced it
depends.
a bit better. But on the plus side, again, the only other quest that's taking the only other video that's taking up this is the one of the final quest of the Jumi story arc, because that's one single quest and that's big.
And hey, at the
Anyway,
very least, at least the two
right.
quests we're doing last are related in the same storyline.
Do you know a guy named Escott? He's Matilda's old friend, and it seems like he finally came back.
All right.
So essentially, in this relationship, both the Catgirl and Escad are the bodyguards and childhood friends of Matilda. But they represent two polar extremes. The Catgirl is more reasonable, while Escad is very brash and impulsive. And there you go, two torches. This also shows that you're doing progress at this, with the story arc.
Nice.
And now we're about to meet Matilda herself, which supposedly is 26, but as the fairy told us, she looks very old.
Matilda.
You're gonna be her, Pedro, as well, old lady.
It's been only.
It's only
oh,
been
sorry.
2 years, 10 years since I went to the underworld. How is it possible that you've aged so much?
Right. By the way, much like in Super Paper Mario, there is an underworld. An underworld in this game world, and we're gonna actually go there sometime.
Of
Ooh, fun.
course.
Pedro.
Sorry. It has been only 10 years since I lost two precious ones.
Try to
You
tone it down with this one a
and-
bit. Erwin,
Yes.
stop thinking about that demon.
Hey, don't you talk like that to me, that young man.
He took away your elemental powers to fuel his own ambitions.
You kids, you today and your elemental powers and your...
It is his fault that you've aged so much, isn't it?
Don't say that. I'm not as unhappy as you think.
Hello.
Who's there?
Just a guy with a rabbit.
No, it's just some guy who's just some guy.
So who's
So
just
No.
I guess you know everything now.
Please don't kill me.
Just tell the truth. That's good. Now get out of here.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Sure.
Haven't you said enough? I want you to leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Okay then. Okay then.
I have learned the way of a sword from
Old bone.
Oberon.
Do I gain
Okay,
points
there
if
will
I
be
act like...
later on.
Do I gain points if I act like I
Wisdom's
care?
will to kill that demon.
Escad, what did I tell you? I am overjoyed to know both of you are alive.
Now you're grounded. Go to your room.
Isn't that enough?
Well, you're kind of old at Death's Door, so I'm a bit miffed, to say the least.
Not to worry. I'll help you get to Death's Door quicker.
You beware of him.
Eh.
Beware of the man named Erwin, clearly the most diabolical of names.
Actually, Jova, when we're gonna meet him, he's gonna be quite diabolical.
Yeah.
Do you want to know about Erwin?
It's funny, when I think of the name Erwin, I
Sure,
think
might
of
as
the
well.
When I
Sure,
think of the
that's
name-
also Lord
that guy off
Hold on,
Sweet
this
Marcus
is important.
Erwin, Escott, Matilda, and I grew up together.
So basically, it's a story
Oh,
about
he
childhood
betrayed
friends.
them.
Sorta.
Matilda was born into a family of priests, and Escott was in a family of knights.
Similar to the Jumis, these two type of families form a bond with each other.
My family has served the temple as warriors.
Although it's weird, we don't find other cat people around.
Erwin has demon's blood in him, but that's all we know.
When I think of Erwin, I think of the butt monkey from Grim and Mandy.
I think of the one from Sweet Life.
But no one
What's
in
the
this
guy
world cares about
on
what
that
race
show?
you are.
Oh, that's
I'm-
Arwen. Sorry, not Erwin.
Of course, Matilda acted the same around Escott and Erwin.
Of course she did.
Well, yeah, they were childhood friends, so...
Escott didn't like that at all, so he tried to kill Erwin in the mines.
Well,
And
Jesus.
you wonder why Erwin turned evil?
I think he was already evil.
It's gonna be
No, wait.
clear later on in our side
Never
quest.
mind.
For now, we're getting the base
Yeah.
version.
But it was Escott that ended up falling into the underworld.
Essentially,
Oh,
Escad,
so he's
it's
bitter.
it's a way of telling Escad got killed and managed to climb out of it. It's
at
essentially. Don't worry, Shira. I'm gonna abridge this one later.
I love-
Essentially, Jova, similar again to Super Paper Mario, and in reference to the classical mythological Greek mythos, if you get into the underworld after dying, you can actually have a chance to get back to the world of the living, and that's what Escad managed to do.
now?
And yet, for some reason, the cat girl seems to be blaming Escott for this, even though it sounds like it was more Erwin's fault.
That's the thing. The truth is very murky at this point. We're gonna learn more later in another occasion.
Also, I mean,
and
what the?
for some reason, this nun has been beaten.
Again? This is like, what, the 6th time it's happened at this temple that a nun's been knocked out?
It's like that race in Doctor Who where they constantly get invaded.
Oh, come on.
It's
For
usual.
our Lord!
Oh
Fuck.
crap!
So we leave the room and immediately she gets assassinated.
Actually, she
No,
got kidnapped.
stop.
Remember, Irwin
No,
wants her
stop, come
alive
back.
for some reason.
Okay,
Stop,
so we
don't
leave the
come back.
room. So we leave the room 1 second and she's immediately
Damn
kidnapped.
it!
Language, lady. Shira?
That was someone disguised as a nun.
There seems to be a
That's
lot
the
of them
sec-
in
that's
this
the
game.
This is the
second time.
Please. Help me look for Matilda.
Matilda?
You were telling me to get out of the room.
Well, now I'm telling you to get back in the room.
All right, time to go.
It just goes to show. Hero leaves 1 second ago and bam, trouble happens.
So essentially, we need to get to where the demon has kidnapped Matilda.
But not right now. She's a contributor to Channel Awesome anyway, so it's gonna be hard. to...
Very funny.
Also, it's cute how Cat Girl, I can't remember her name, runs on all fours when she dashes.
Yeah. Hello?
You work for Erwin, don't you? Please tell me he doesn't blame us and he's blaming the nun in front of us. What are you going to do to her?
Gonna ask her how it was playing the role.
I only go by Lord Erwin's plans. Too bad.
Teleported.
He's a huge fan of Mara Wilson, so
You can't leave this holy area with that sort of magic.
I think that
Of
may have been a
course.
girl, honey.
Actually, no, we're gonna see what the demon looks like later on.
Oh, so he's cross-dressing.
This is going to be his last day on Earth.
Yes.
How are we gonna chase after somebody who can teleport?
Well, by running, essentially doing what.
No. What we'll do is we'll get the doctor and his sonic screwdriver, and you'll just do the thinking, and they'll keep
for-
trying to get away, but they'll.
Well, here's the twisted twist. Maybe all those caves are actually made of wood. That is impossible for the doctor to actually use it.
yeah, basically, Jova, the doctor has the sonic screwdriver to get through anything except if it has a deadlock seal and wood.
Is that a reference to the first ever Green Lantern, Alan Scott, whose weakness was wood?
No, I don't.
Although I
think so.
swear the sonic screwdriver's gotten through wood before.
Also,
Maybe
Tio.
everyone's faulty that day, I don't know.
Also, Tio, am I the only one who thinks it's intentional that they made the one Green Lantern whose weakness is wood gay?
Not touching that with a 10-foot pole. So essentially, there you go. There is a room that we haven't searched, so we just need to get there.
Not that I have any problem with making the character gay, he's fine. Although he has a daughter. And then again, that's possible still.
Also, Jova, there's the thing that comic books have flip-flopped with genders all over the decades.
There's also a thing
so-
called science to help with that, Jova.
Indeed,
Yeah.
there is. It's sealed. How are we supposed to open that?
By beating the seals of Seafront.
I
Tio,
don't
those
need it
seals
to
are
be
the
opened
few
in
good
case of
people in that
emergency.
universe.
But I can't even touch them.
Because they're too good for the world and they're precious and pure. It's also why you cannot touch the Princesses of Heart in Kingdom Hearts 1.
I can take you to the sealed room. What do you want to do?
Well, let's go directly there. Might as well.
I don't know, lie around, relax.
Sure. If we say no, we can just explore and reach it on our own, but might as well skip it.
All right, I'll take you to the steps
Skip it.
leading to the room.
Skip it. Skip it.
I'm guessing you're not going to take the stairs with us. You're just going to take us to the stairs and leave it at that.
So I'm guessing the reason for Scott's racism is because of what he suffered while in the underworld.
Yeah, not just that. In general, he was. If you have paid attention, he was racist against Irwin already from the beginning. He doesn't tolerate demons.
To be fair, I guess he did suffer in the underworld to the hands of demons, so I can guess. Okay.
Surprisingly, Jova, the underworld is actually a cool place.
Really?
What do you mean this was a trap?
Exactly what I said, guy.
I'm going to make you regret what you've done.
Oh, will you know? Did you clearly not hear the bit where I said it was a trap? Abbas Matilda. We must bring her to safety.
There you go.
Could you speak up a bit? I can't hear you.
The nuns are gonna carry away Matilda, and we are gonna face the demon.
Wait, why are the nuns helping the demon?
No, we're taking taking Matilda from it.
So what's the point of kidnapping her then?
That's right,
Actually-
keep her out of the battle, but I'll get her back. I
Yeah.
know that my plan is sort of important, but it's only temporary.
Not just that, the dweebs. It's the demon is overconfident. He's gonna kill us and then get her back.
Brilliant.
I'll take Matilda to Lord Irvin after this battle. Shall we start the party?
No, thank you.
No,
I don't like parties.
neither do I.
So let's see what
Where'd
the
the
demon
chicken
actually
wings
looks
go?
like. That's a thing.
Okay.
I guess that looks like the gene. Is that a razor gene?
No, he's missing a crotch.
So it's similar to more to like Alela Faluera, whatever it was called.
From Medieval?
No, the transformation gene goes with the rings.
Oh yeah, that's right. No. Even he had family jewels to kick.
What even is that thing that the Darkspine Sonic beats him in his boss fight?
An Eldritch
that?
Oh,
Abomination.
Lila.
No, I mean Sonic beats him in a specific spot.
Oh,
the
that.
test area.
It's belly button, I think. I mean, that's what it looks like, a belly button. I don't know.
Basically-
Button is the weak spot of House.
Basically, Tio, it's a bit like Sonic Adventure 2 with Final Hazard having the weak spots because it's flawed. Basically, Eraser Jin's transformation, the reason that transformation happens is because the sacrifice got botched because...
Well, yeah, we know
Shaw-
that. Well, yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
Basically,
I've also seen the commentary, Jova.
yeah, Sonic himself even says, "This is awful. You're just some incomplete monster."
Yeah. Here's the thing, Sonic Team. Just because you admit that you couldn't bother to come up with a proper design and just made whatever, that doesn't. Just because you admit it doesn't make it less lazy. Seriously.
Pedro, I
I
don't
think
think
they
that...
did it on purpose to try and give us that abomination of a final form for Sonic.
Not just that, Jova. I think they just wanted to have a monster of the week.
No. I understand that. It's just that. Well, okay, Perfect Chaos looks cool. Biohazard. I guess it's not that bad.
It's exactly what it is.
The Metal Sonic Abomination was at the very least somewhat understandable what the hell it even was.
I thought it was Hammy and
Solaris was the Hylian shield symbol for some reason.
Yes.
Hylian.
Hylian.
wait, hold
Actually,
on,
it's
sorry.
Hylian. It's pronounced
Go ahead,
Hylian.
Pedro.
Scott, please listen to me. It's Hylian, Jova.
No, Matilda.
She
You
ready?
should rest,
Okay.
so I'll say it.
Okay.
You need
I
some time
love
to
you.
read it.
No.
Now, I will.
No.
I haven't
you
had
and I
much
want to
dialogue
read.
in this quest, so allow
Will
me.
you marry me?
Scott, I
Yes.
don't want to give up my freedom to become a priestess.
You're a bit old for that.
Erwin only wanted to free me from a life bound by rules.
Oh, for God's sake, stop trying to speak nicer, Irwin. The guy's pretty messed up from what I've seen and heard. Wake up, Matilda.
Why
Stop letting the demon do this to you. Like, yeah, seriously, I'm siding more with Escad here, who I'm told is racist. Did you ever consider how Erwin will use the powers he took from you? Good point.
That's enough, Escott.
Excuse
No,
me, no, I'm gonna have to side with Escad here. So
I mean, let's see. Erwin was the one who pushed Escad into the underworld. Erwin's the one who stole powers from Matilda. Oh, what good is there in Erwin?
The only,
Never
actually,
seriously,
no, that's
even when we were children.
the problem will become more apparent in, I think, the side quest, the quest after this one tied to this arc. Essentially, it's gonna show that going against Irwin directly, it's not an ideal move.
Oh, no,
heavenly
I get that, but I don't get why Matilda's being all apologetic for Erwin.
It's tied to the sequence where they were children. Trust me, Jova, there's a reason when I say that this story arc is the most bullshit
Let
of
me
the three.
guess, he was nice to her as a kid, so she likes him that dearly.
You have no idea, Jova.
I thought that anime cliche. Now wait, never mind. School Days brought it back, but I thought that anime cliche was dead for the most
It's
part.
a twisted and very more mean-spirited version of the Beauty and the Beast story.
Oh,
Basically,
this
yeah.
is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Well, all in due time, Jova. I don't think it's gonna take a couple of parts before this story arc will be over.
See, my issue is this: Final Fantasy VII. That there's a way to do that kind of cliche. Like, had there be more to it than just he was nice to her as a kid. Like, do something more with it.
Although, to be honest, Jova, I can tell you one thing. There is one part of the ending of the story arc that's absolutely worth all of the shit that we're seeing. In a sense
Really?
of it's a sense of payback.
Oh, nice.
Like, the characters are gonna be assholes through and through, like almost no exceptions, or stupid. But there's gonna be one part of the ending of this quest that's gonna bite them in the ass. Go ahead, Libs.
Is it weird? Oh, never mind. Go on.
A cat-eared woman and a long-haired man had a fight, and a grandma was kidnapped. And then the two found the grandma. I think this kind of story is getting old.
Just because you admit your problems doesn't make them go away.
You're heading into Firth and Surf territory, Legend of Mana. Tread
If
carefully.
anything, it actually makes them worse.
Yeah, anyway, but yeah, as I was about to say, is it weird that the character I like the most of the story arc so far is Escad? I mean, he actually has a reason for his mannerisms. I mean, trapped in the underworld. I mean, granted,
Just
we don't know
wait
what it's
a
like
bit.
yet.
Well,
Jova.
the likable asshole is a trope, isn't it?
True.
Also, Jova, just wait. You're gonna have plenty of things that are gonna show you how Escad is an asshole. Anyway, see you for the next part.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
So yeah.